Hey, in today's video I've got some great alternatives to Guerlain's popular vanilla fragrance called Spiritueuse Double Vanille, this one right here. This is a fragrance from the L'Art et la Moitié collection of fragrances, and it retails for $260 plus tax here in the States, so turns out to be about $3.77 per ml. But I've got some great alternatives for Spiritueuse Double Vanille in this video, 6 of them, that some come really close to smelling like Spiritueuse Double Vanille, but some of them are, you know, vanilla fragrances that are a little not smelling close to Spiritueuse Double Vanille. So if you want to find out about my inexpensive options for Spiritueuse Double Vanille from Guerlain, then please stay tuned. Thanks so much for tuning in. This is Sebastian with Smelling Great Fragrance Reviews. That's right, today I'm talking about alternatives for Spiritueuse Double Vanille. Probably one of the more popular vanilla fragrances. Absolutely love this one. It smells boozy, delicious, almost like cooking vanilla, probably even better. Because vanilla, the cooking vanilla that I use to bake with smells great, but this one even smells better. But it reminds me of it because it's got the booziness and things like that. It's quite delicious. So I've got 6 alternatives for you here today, and some of them come really close to it. Some of them are a little not so close, but still vanilla, you know? They can be alternatives to this particular fragrance. But before I get to the fragrances though, if this is your first time tuning into my channel and you still haven't subscribed, please do click the subscribe button below and also click the bell so that you'll be notified for future videos and giveaways. How many of you are fans of Spiritueuse Double Vanille? Do you like it? Do you have an alternative of it that you like? Let me know, put a comment down so I can find out. So this is from the L'Art et la Moitié collection of fragrances from Guerlain, which also includes Angelique Noir, the new Iris Torrefi, Tonka Imperial, CUIR Beluga, Rose Barbar, Bois d'Harmonie, and many more. So this is probably the very first, no, the second L'Art et la Moitié collection fragrance I bought from Guerlain. The first one was Bois d'Harmonie. This was the second one, not this current bottle, obviously. And I just love it. It's the coziest of the most delicious boozy vanilla fragrances. Really, really smells great. But it is, you know, quite pricey. 75 ml bottle for $260. And this is part of Guerlain's, you know, private collection, kind of sort of like an upper end collection of fragrances, similar to other designers, although Guerlain's not really a designer per se, but you know, they've been around in the game so long that I kind of categorize them in the designers world, like Chanel, Dior, and Givenchy and things like that. So great scent, love it, but I've got some great alternatives if you can't afford the Spiritueuse Double Vanille. And we're going to start off right off the bat with Serendipity 3's Serendipitous. I spoke about this recently in another video, but this particular fragrance for me is, you know, getting close to smelling like Spiritueuse Double Vanille, but this one has a little bit more of an orangey, citrusy, kind of caramelly touch. 50 ml bottle is $45. I buy mine at Lucky Scent, $45 for 50 ml. With this fragrance, it's $3.77 per ml. With this one, 98 cents per ml. So you're saving almost, you know, $3 per ml price. But you know, I think it's a great alternative for Spiritueuse Double Vanille. It doesn't smell identical, but it's still lots of vanilla, lots of, you know, citrusy touches. And of course, you know, you've got some cacao, light hints of cacao. For me, it smells like a vanilla caramel that you're wearing when you wear it. It's not overly intense. None of these fragrances are, including the Guerlain. I don't think they're like beast mode or anything like that, but great, delicious smelling vanilla fragrances. This one's definitely highly recommended for me. If you don't know this one, do check it out. And this is actually named after an ice cream shop in New York City. I believe that's what the deal is. There was even a movie called Serendipity, I think, with I forgot the name, John Cusack and an actress, I forgot her name, but they met at this ice cream shop. I believe that this fragrance is named after this particular ice cream shop. Either way, Serendipity 3 Serendipitous. If you don't know it, do check it out. Now the next one is Yves Rocher, and this is CUIR de NUIT. And even though it's got the word queer in it, CUIR de NUIT, which stands for leather, this is not a leather fragrance at all. This to me smells so close to Spiritueuse Double Vanille. Now this is traditionally or normally suggested retail $85. Right now on the Yves Rocher USA website, I think it's YVESRocheUSA.com. It's $42.50, so it turns out to be 46 cents per mil, approximately, with tax. Obviously, these prices are with tax. Now, if it's $85, then with tax, it'll be somewhere around 90 cents per mil. But I think 46 cents per mil is a great price. I really think this is a great alternative for Spiritueuse Double Vanille. It smells so close to this. And if you're on a budget, I think this is your best bet out of all the fragrances I'm going to talk to you about today. But this one features vanilla, pink pepper, coffee, cacao, and it smells like a boozy, delicious kind of a cooking vanilla kind of sort of thing. Very similar to this, as I said, very similar. But you know what it reminds me of also? I don't know if you guys remember Eau de Missions. This one. I have a little bit left. This was my very first bottle, and my only bottle, because the brand has completely rebranded and kind of discontinued all their original fragrances, but this was like the original alternative of the Spiritueuse Double Vanille. So this and this remind me of one another. So if you had a bottle of this and you're done, and you've been thinking you don't want to spend money on Spiritueuse Double Vanille, I think this is a great alternative. Yves Rocher. I think you guys correct me and say it's Yves Rocher CUIR de Nuit. That's what this one's called, but a very deliciously boozy vanillic fragrance that I think is a great alternative to Guerlain's Spiritueuse Double Vanille. So that's CUIR de Nuit from the house of Yves Rocher. Next, going to this one. This is Rich Warm Addictive, another great alternative to Spiritueuse Double Vanille. And this one actually over the years has started smelling like a sweeter, more sugary version of this particular fragrance, because when you just put your nose to it, it kind of hints at Spiritueuse Double Vanille, but it's supposed to have tobacco. I don't get much tobacco with this one. It's more of a vanillic, boozy, kind of caramelly, gourmand fragrance that's really delicious. It's surprisingly funny that they have this particular fragrance in the men's collection, and this is the kind of fragrance I think gourmand like this that typically would be found in the women's section, or if they had a unisex section, which I don't think they do. But wonderful fragrance. It's $19.99 for 100 ml, 0.22 cents per mil. It's vanilla, rum, and peony. Where's the tobacco? It's called Tobacco Collection, Rich Warm Addictive. It's definitely Rich Warm Addictive. I kind of like the name. It's fun. But I don't get much tobacco. A lot of people used to say it smells like Herod. I don't think so. The more I've had this fragrance, the less it smells like Herod. Maybe it hints at it a little bit. But either way, a great alternative to Spiritueuse Double Vanille. I quite like it. It smells delicious. A great fragrance to wear when it's cold outside, to be cozying up with a blanket in front of the fire, watching a movie or reading a book, drinking some wine or something. Anyway, Rich Warm Addictive from the house of ZARA, a great alternative to Spiritueuse Double Vanille. The next fragrance I'm going to talk to you about is from a house called KORRES, and it's Black Sugar. So this one, for me, is another great alternative to Spiritueuse Double Vanille. In fact, that's what we're doing this video about, Spiritueuse Double Vanille alternatives. But this one kind of starts off smelling a little different, then settles down to become a fragrance that's reminding me of Spiritueuse Double Vanille. It's not identical, not like the previous two fragrances I spoke about. But this one, it's brown sugar, vanilla, caramel, violet, and Asian lily is what they say it is. And it starts off a little alcohol-y, but that quickly disappears, and then you're left with this kind of like sugary kind of a vanilla fragrance, slightly boozy. It starts reminding me of the booziness from Spiritueuse Double Vanille. But it's a fragrance on its own with light hints of Spiritueuse Double Vanille. But once again, a beautiful fragrance, 50 ml for 48, so that turns out to be about $1.04 per mil price for this one. And I think it's a great alternative if you are looking for something that might be close to Spiritueuse Double Vanille. Doesn't have to be identical. This is one that you can try to replace your Spiritueuse Double Vanille alternative. I like that this one also has the kind of like sugary touches. You can kind of experience the sugar crystals, granular touches of the sugar. It's called Black Sugar. And I think it's got, brown sugar as notes, and you definitely experience that in the fragrance. Yummy fragrance, Black Sugar from KORRES. Check it out if you don't know it. The next one is from the house of H&M. It's a Vanilla Malagasy. Now once again we're back to a fragrance that smells very, very close to this. Perhaps it's a fruitier take on Spiritueuse Double Vanille. There's some fruity touches in here. But this one is a 50 ml bottle for $29.99, so it turns out to be about 65 cents per ml. Still a great price. Cute little bottle. Vanilla, peach, praline, benzoin, plum, and jasmine. For me, very, very similar. Just a fruitier version of Spiritueuse Double Vanille. The peach in here is definitely standout. You can notice it. And the plum is there, but not as prominent as the peach note. And I feel like the peach actually blends really well with the vanilla and the praline note. Really, truly beautiful. Once again, very, very inexpensive fragrance, but really smells close to Spiritueuse Double Vanille with the fact that it goes a little on the fruity side. These fragrances from H&M are not anywhere to be found in any stores, so I had to order a whole slot of them to do a video recently. Oh, actually, it's been like 6 months or so. If you don't know anything about these fragrances, go check out my video which features this and probably 5 or 6 other fragrances from H&M. There were a few that I really liked, some I didn't really care for. They were blind buys, but they were on sale for $19.99 or somewhere around $20, so I snatched up 5 or 6 of them. But either way, for $29.99 I think it's still a great price. 50 ml, which turns out to be about 65 cents per ml. So that's Vanilla Malagasy from H&M. And the last one I'm going to talk to you about today, that's also inexpensive. It's from the house of MOLINARD. It's just Vanille. It's called Vanille. Now this one's the least smelling like this one. For me, this one smells like a creamy, like whipped creamy kind of a vanilla. So in other words, if you're taking like whipping cream and you've put it into a bowl and you're adding your the vanilla, cooking vanilla in there, you're going to whip it up. That's what this one smells like. So there's kind of like a milky, butterscotchy undertone in there as well. So this is, all it says for notes is vanilla and more vanilla. So it's just like it's got multiple different kinds of vanilla. But as I said, it's a milky version, so it makes it kind of slightly lactonic, creamy, of course, as I said, and very, very cozy and comforting. I feel like there's also light kind of floral touches in there and maybe like light coconutty touches, but I think I'm getting that from the whole creamy kind of an aspect to it. Quite delicious, and I think it's definitely an alternative to Spiritueuse Double Vanille. I think you can totally use it as an alternative. This is when you're kind of tired of the booziness and the quality of the Spiritueuse Double Vanille and you want some milkiness or like something creamy about it with the vanilla, then definitely go with the MOLINARD Vanille. So anyway, let me know if you guys are fans of these fragrances. Let me know if you're a fan of this original one, and if you are also using inexpensive versions of it. For a while this one was getting all the talk as the alternative to Spiritueuse Double Vanille, and in fact I had a review of this one on my old channel, it's sad that the whole brand, it's Le COUVENT de MINIMES. I think that's how you pronounce it, and I'm not doing very justice with the name. The name is written right there. But the last time I was in Paris, which was in October of 2019, I spotted their fragrances in Printemps upstairs in the perfume department there. And they had completely rebranded their whole, fragrances, and they no longer carry these particular fragrances, and they've done brand new fragrances. So I haven't experienced those fragrances much, but if you can get this one, it's called Cologne of the Missions or Eau de Missions. You can see the label there. I think it's also a great alternative to this one. Either way though, those are my thoughts on these fragrances. Let me know if you're fans of these fragrances. Let me know if you like the idea of Spiritueuse Double Vanille and you hadn't really been able to buy it because it is on the pricey side. And what do you think about the ones I suggested today? Put some comments down so I can find out. And also lastly, please let me know if you have an alternative for this one that you think smells somewhat similar to it, or a little distant from it, that you use as an alternative. Put a comment down so I can find out what else there is out there so that I can look into it. Either way, thanks so much for watching. Again, if you have any questions or comments, please do list below. Otherwise, please like this video, please share it, follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and I'll be back with more videos very soon. Have a good one. Goodbye.